And now, back to PTR Radio.
I made a little list of some of the things that you discussed. Bestiality, abortion, AIDS, Irishmen who drink, nuns, premature ejaculation, breastfeeding, and farts.
This is PTR Radio.
And welcome, everybody, to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. And originally, we were going to try an experiment tonight and live stream on both Facebook and Twitch. But we're ruined by the Zuck. Zuck has decided, you shall not stream to anyone but Facebook. If you're streaming to Facebook, that's it. You're locked in.
Can we see if we can get F the Zuck, but a little more explicit? Can we get that hashtag trending on Twitter?
So it's insane, you know. We just want to get our message out there, you know.
Yeah.
And so I think there might be a workaround, but it means that I have to modify. Basically, we have to go in and we can't use the nifty Facebook thing that just allows me to hit go live. I have to copy and paste a stupid code every time we go live.
Nice.
Which is a pain in the butt. You know.
But it's okay because the target audience on Twitch probably wouldn't know who Barbara Walters is, and so
they just think some old lady was yelling at us.
Yes,
but do you not realize we're old too?
That's my point.
I mean, it's okay though.
Do you not realize we don't have boobs? So how would we get viewers on Twitch?
Well, that's not the only. Ninja didn't have boobs, and he was on Twitch.
Exception to the rule.
All right. Actually, Leo Laporte is on Twitch now. I mean, he may have A cups, but I don't think they're anything spectacular.
Leo Laporte's on everything.
I know.
He started off with 2 cans and a string.
Well, which is pretty similar to what we started out with. Kermit the Frog, green carpet in a basement tended to flood.
2 turntables and a microphone.
That was part 2.
Well, yeah. I mean, at first we had the traveling studio.
Yeah.
Which was, studio and a milk crate.
When Shaggy decided to blow up his original movie night with friends.
Yeah.
Turn it into radio night with Shaggy.
That's right. Hey, and look at where we are.
Hey.
No friends. No friends left, just you two. Speaking of which, we have a game that I told Colin about it briefly before the show. But we have a new game to try. I saw this on another movie, or on another radio show, and I liked it so much that I bought it. So, Mike, you have the choice. We can either play vanilla, or we can play with sprinkles. So, I will tell you, look, Colin may not be able to answer some of the with sprinkles questions.
Well, see, then why would you even tell me that? Because I'm thinking to myself, that's one of those questions. Somebody ever asks you, would you like sprinkles? You say yes. There should not be thought involved with that. But now that you threw that little caveat on there, it's not fair to Colin if I pick that.
What we could do is we could throw out the questions that Colin couldn't answer. We could just skip those. Because there's plenty of questions that Colin can answer on here.
Do you know what, man?
Put it in a pile. And I'll have to research it later.
So,
okay, if we're going to do that in the second hour, correct?
Yeah, we'll do it before the movie review.
Okay.
Because we've got some great movies to review, folks. We've got 2 movies that are Amazon Prime movies that we're going to do. And we do that the second hour of the last half hour of every show. We go over 2 featured movies.
Okay, so if we're going to do that in the second hour, let's go ahead. I have something, Mike.
Yeah, so Colin, Prime Day came and went, and Colin decided that he would go to Woot.
Yes.
And he would do a big old box of stuff.
That's right. You.
So Colin got a bag of crap for the first time in how long?
Many years.
Many years.
I got this off. It was the Twitter bag of crap. And it was actually up for like a good minute, so.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's do this.
Oh, shit.
Did you just bring your laundry or something?
No, this is Christmas presents.
Oh.
It's the exact same box. Okay, so we'll have a bag of crap next time. Unless anybody wants Christmas presents.
Christmas was 7 months ago. Have you still not gotten them out of the box?
No, I already started purchasing Christmas presents for this year's Christmas.
Oh, okay. I was confused because I'm like, how long does he wait? Or does he just pull shirts out as he needs them?
Everything's on sale now, so I buy now. Because, okay, so there's a lot of geek stuff for sale is having problems.
Yeah.
So, Think Geek basically
went out of business.
Yeah, they shut down their website. They're owned by GameStop. Some of their stuff will still be available from GameStop's website.
Yep, I bought something from there before they closed.
So, as did I. I bought Star Trek sheets.
I bought a lamp.
I bought a lamp for my sister for her birthday.
Wonder if it's the same lamp.
Was it a Harry Potter lamp?
Nope.
Then no.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to tell your sister what she got. I was just going to...
She's already got it.
Okay.
I was going to be a Christmas present, and then she said on Facebook, well, my birthday is next month. I'm like, okay, fine. I've already bought a birthday present then. That was actually a really good idea because I was like, I was traveling. Anyway. So Think Geek's having problems. It looks like Loot Crate is having problems.
Yeah.
They are perpetually late with getting their crates out, like by many months.
Well, didn't they have legal problems as well?
I didn't hear about the legal problems.
I thought that they had legal. I thought I thought the crate system in general had problems, but maybe it was somebody else.
So there's some people on Reddit who are thinking that maybe Loot Crate is turning into a Ponzi scam because they keep coming out with more and more new crates. So people think that maybe they're coming out with new crates to get the money to pay for the crates they've already sold people, and that's why they're so late. I mean, I get loot wear, which means I get like a shirt and a pair of socks every month. And I keep getting emails that, oh, sorry, there is something wrong with the manufacturer. They've been delayed. So, I'm like 3 months behind getting my monthly shirt and socks. So,
yeah. So,
I think
there was legislation introduced in Missouri that would ban selling loot boxes to minors.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Those are that's in-game loot boxes.
Okay.
Where it's like, I want this thing. Oh, you want this thing? Well, it's going to cost you $5 to buy the box. And you open the box up and you don't get anything. I
love this. When a game is designed for kids, game developers should not be allowed to monetize addiction. Yeah. Oh, because when they design it for adults, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it is a big problem. That making people pay actual money for the chance of getting what they want, it's pretty much gambling.
Yeah.
And, that's a problem.
But, okay, so I thought when they just said loot boxes,
Yeah.
Speaking of purchases and new things like your box of crap, we should say tonight's episode is brought to you by Ski.
Yes.
Okay, Ski soda, the citrus flavor. If you're anywhere near Central Illinois, you will probably be familiar with it. You can find it in most beverage centers. Any fast, quick stop or anything like that should have it. Or if you're lucky enough to Mike, I smuggled a bunch to him. But big news this week on the ski front. Last week, the major press release, they built up to this for like 2 weeks on their social media channels.
Yeah, they had like people asking people to guess what it was, and if they guessed correctly, they'd win it.
Yes. So, Mike, did you follow it at all?
I saw it and was like, huh?
Yeah. So, everybody was thinking, hey, they're going to come out with a new flavor. Because it's summertime, they traditionally come out with tropical ski, right? Which it's like the unicorn. I can't find it anywhere. Yeah. All right. Trust me, I have searched. So you thought, oh, they're going to come out with a new flavor. No, completely mind blown. They came out with Brewski, which is 3 different variations of beer.
Yeah.
It's ski infused beer.
Well, two of them are ski infused. No, I'm sorry. One is a ski beer. The other just a beer.
I think they all have some relative, skiness to them.
Because one of them says it's a Pilsner, one of them says it's something else, and one of them says that it's I think it's Pilsner with ski in it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was just down to the city where we have to go to get this in cans, okay? And I could not find either the ski-infused ale, the All-American Pale Ale, or the Classic Pilsner available there. Yet. Keyword yet. But you can bet, as much as I don't like usually a lot of this type of beer, we will have it to taste test as soon as it's available. Because we have to see, is it any good?
Yeah.
And I do love the marketing on this. All right?
Yeah.
They found a name, and they went with it. So it's Brewski, which is perfect. I mean, they could not have picked a better name for it.
Now you just got to wonder why nobody had that name before.
Yeah, why didn't anybody have it already? I mean, it's perfect. So, in addition to that, they're releasing a bunch of mixers, mixed drinks, recipes using ski. So, so the ski soda margarita, for example, is one of the ones that they're highlighting right now. So, all kinds of stuff coming with that down the road. Mike, what do you think about this? A soda company turning into an alcohol company?
I would almost understand if they were releasing something along the lines of like a Zima type drink that was basically just alcoholic ski.
Yeah, like the hard seltzers and stuff like that we've seen on the scene lately.
That would make sense, but to just jump into beer, I'm just like, okay, who's making it for you? Because these things are not even alike.
Well, I mean, I don't know about New Jersey, but the microbrew market around here is huge, and
it's getting much bigger. There are many, many craft breweries that open up.
Yeah, so I think you might be onto something. I would bet that they probably either partnered with an existing microbrewery to brew their formula, or because I doubt that they started one from scratch.
Well, you never know.
But we never know.
I was going to look it up to see if Double Cola actually already had one or not.
You know what? Honestly, the likely answer is they went to a large company like Anheuser-Busch and said, this is what we want to do in it. And Anheuser-Busch said, well, we have these formulas that we used to make that we can private label for you.
Well, see, because
there are only, if they're going to go relatively big, there are only two brewing companies in the U.S. that handle private brewing. Actually, I don't know if Anheuser-Busch does private brewing now that I'm thinking about it.
They do just internally with their companies they own.
Okay,
well,
so
I was going to say, because they make Aruba Red for what is it, Bahama Breeze, but that's not sold in stores. So that's like, and that's just their old American ale that they don't sell anymore. So that's what I mean by that. But I think Miller Coors is the only one that, because they actually brew Pabst Blue Ribbon. I think they're the only ones that contract brew.
So the Double Cola Company is the one putting this out. Brewski's FAQ says, when's it going to be available? August. All right, there's going to be another announcement when it's available. Where is it going to be released? They don't have a list of all the locations yet, but you can sign up to be a distributor or to carry it in your location.
I wonder if they bought one of the breweries that Miller Coors was closing.
Could be.
It'd have to be they're Tennessee based.
Ski is Tennessee based.
Yes. This is the actual double. This isn't one of their bottlers like we have here in Illinois.
This is the double. Chattanooga company.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
But all they really had to do was find some other company that has the biggest expense setting up a beer company like this is the bottling plant, or in this case, the canning plant. So if they have their canning plant canning somebody else's beer, then it could be someone who just has enough production.
Because my thing is, especially this infused ale, okay? My thought is that's got to taste similar to like a Blue Moon. Okay, which has already got the citrus flavor, there.
No.
I'm spitballing here and guessing.
Yeah, that's the wrong kind of beer because they're doing an ale. So if they have a citrus flavored ale, that's going to be.
I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge beer guy anymore. I've really moved on to whiskeys.
Yeah, Blue Moon is a wheat beer.
Yeah.
A citrus ale, that would be more like Sam's Summer Ale. That it's a lighter ale brewed with lemon zest.
Okay, so in this case,
if you're talking commercial,
yeah, I'm trying to draw a parallel between something that's out commercially that people may already be familiar with. So, but it will definitely be interesting to see how that works. Like I said, I will try and get some in here for us to try. The community behind them has been pretty happy about it so far. Yeah. There hasn't been too much complaints that I've seen. It's going to be it'll be an interesting experiment if nothing else.
It looks like there have been other brewskis, but they've all been within particular states.
Yeah.
So they probably just grabbed the national trademark.
So that is interesting news from our from one of our sponsors. Now, Mike, there's more interesting news from another one of the show sponsors, isn't there? Butterstown Gifts and Creations was nominated.
Yes. So last year, Butterstown Gifts and Creations was named one of the best card and gift shops in Middlesex County in New Jersey. We had no idea we were even nominated. We found out when we won the award. Turns out we found out ahead of time that we have been nominated again. So the only reason I have not put this out on the PTR page or on the Twitter is I don't know. They do ask for your name and email address when voting. This is done by a local newspaper, the Home News Tribune. And I don't know if out-of-state votes actually would count or get you disqualified. I have to look into this before I put it out there.
Well, and the interesting thing is you guys are mostly, you're an internet-based company. You have no necessary storefront.
Correct.
Okay. So, yes, you are, a New Jersey-based company, a local-based company, but anymore in today's world, you can't be just a local company. If you don't have a national footprint, then you pretty much, or an international footprint, you lose out on a ton of sales opportunities.
Well, and here's the thing. When you look at a lot of the winners from last year, there were some franchises, there were some chains, there were some big names that actually won in some of the categories. In this particular category, we don't have a storefront, yet we were one of the top. And the winner actually also does not have a storefront. And without getting into details, I do know for a matter of fact that the winner actually doesn't even make 90% of the products they sell. They're drop shipped from a larger conglomerate company.
Mm-hmm. So they're doing the Oriental Trading drop ship.
Well, I won't even say that. It's a turnkey e-commerce business, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because if you go and search for specific products that they sell, you will find them on the exact products with the exact pictures for the exact prices on other sites. That's where, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So like I said, I got to check out the rules. And if the rules say, if there's nothing that says that, out-of-state votes will not be counted or disqualified, blah, 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 if it's not going to hurt us, then I will put a link to it on the PTR Facebook page.
Yeah, but in general, it's just nice to know that, the people that help support the show are doing well and they're venturing into other things and they're being recognized. I think that it's important that the folks that listen to the show know that, hey, these we believe in the products and the people that help support the show, whether they give us things to give away, whether they directly contribute, by putting a roof over Mike's head, whatever they be, we use them. We like them. Mm-hmm. We're not out here peddling, pyramid scheme, mass market, multi-level marketing schemes We're not, we're not doing any of that stuff. We're not getting you on high interest loans. We're not selling you, miracle pills
or reverse mortgages.
Yeah, reverse mortgages, and we're not doing any of that stuff. We're telling you about wonderful beverages and places where you can get customized gifts. So, you call us a sellout. That's fine, but we do stuff that we believe in. Speaking about stuff that we have bought that is now going defunct, Colin, Movie Pass.
Yes, yeah, I was correct in my abandoning Movie Pass just over a year ago. Because I switched over to the AMC A-list, which has been great. And it's still going strong, even though they did raise the price this year. But, Movie Pass.
Who'd have thought all the movies you can watch for one flat rate wouldn't work out financially?
I'm still wondering whose money did they lose?
Oh, a lot of people's.
No. It was a little shadowy where the money came from. It's like some people thought that maybe Movie Pass was just like this whole money laundering thing. But if they did, they waste a lot of money doing that laundry. That's some expensive soap.
A lot of it never made it through the dryer, is what you're saying. It's with all the socks, all the oddball socks. Now, there is a ton of TV and movie news coming out of Comic-Con.
Yes.
And as everybody knows, we love, one of the things that we love is TV and movies.
Yes.
Some of the news good, some of the news not so good. And we'll go into it a little bit. We're not going to do a huge deep dive on it. But
no, we probably will, because
we'll do a deep dive on some for sure, but we're not going to do a deep dive on all of it. That would be way too much. But big thing, Marvel released their Phase 4 plans.
Yep.
So now we have actual movies to look forward to, and as well as they released their first LGBTQ character. They officially announced, the first recognized
existing character.
Existing character.
A couple of them, actually. There are going to be a couple of them in Phase 4.
I have to say the biggest surprise is that Natalie Portman is going to be doing more Marvel movies. Because last we heard from her, she was like, they didn't even talk to me. And now she's going to be Thor.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh.
Well, she's going to be Lady Thor.
Yes.
And, people are all angry about this. Like, why you got to go and change? No, this was an arc in the same way there was a She-Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was Lady Thor.
I like Natalie Portman. I like that arc in the comic books. I'm looking forward to this. I thought that she was like doing the, what was her name? The one who played Stark's
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has like no idea what these movies are or why she's in it or why anybody cares.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes. Well, she's too busy selling super expensive crap on her website.
Goop.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought Natalie Portman had reached that with Marvel, where she was pretty much out, but now she's going to be the lead. I'm just like, okay.
I know what you were thinking. Don't do it.
I was thinking of steamers.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that surprised me most about it was the complete bombshell, because I think there were rumors that Natalie Portman might make an appearance after her sort of the way she reacted to how she was cut into Endgame. I think she would. I think there was some feeling she might come back. The fact that they're bringing a character, they're reviving a character, I'll call it, with a new actor who is not Wesley Snipes, and I am very excited to see what happens with Blade.
Yeah,
because I'm going to get his name wrong, but Green Book dude, he is. The fact that he walked out on stage and basically they announced it as Blade by him putting on a hat that just had the logo Blade on it. How you can't get much more badass than that. I'm sorry, Samuel L. Jackson. You've been dethroned.
Yeah. And
There's a new badass in town.
And if the story is correct, that they were like, someday we'll do Blade again. And then he called and said he wanted to be Blade.
He from what the story was told, he called, said he wanted to talk to him. He walked in, introduced himself, sat down, and he goes, "So, Blade." And they said, "Yes." And that's pretty much all it took.
But that same director that's doing the Thor Love and Thunder movie is going to be pretty busy. Because isn't he he's doing several movies for them, right?
Yeah.
He's doing movies with The Rock also, I think.
Yeah.
I think once you have proven that you are good at making Marvel movies and that you're not going to screw things up, then they will be happy to have you up as much as they can.
Yeah, so according to what we saw, here's the films you have to look forward to. In 2020, Black Widow and the Eternals. In 2021, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Thor Love and Thunder. What'd you say?
That Doctor Strange one is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Because it's going to be a Marvel horror movie.
So, and then...
With the Scarlet Witch. I love the I love me some Scarlet Witch, people.
And then as far as TV series go, which we know these are going to show up on the Disney streaming service.
And
they'll be exclusive to Disney streaming.
We should start by saying Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be ending with this upcoming season. So
yes.
There will be no overlap going on here.
Yeah. So we've got the Vulcan and the Winter Soldier, or the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Vulcan and the Winter Soldier would be awesome.
Woo!
I do have a question about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That one I'm not, because I thought he was going to be
Captain
America now. So is he Falcon with the shield, or is this like some interim thing, or
it will be set
how
after
is this going to fit in?
It says it will be set after the events of Avengers Endgame. So in theory, that means that he will be Captain Falcon. All right. I don't know how. Captain American Falcon. I don't know. Maybe he'll change his name. Captain American Eagle.
You know what? Now that you mention that, it would have been nice because some of these, like Black Widow's, taking place before.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Avengers, right? So everybody, the big joke is we may learn what actually happened in Budapest.
Yeah. Well, there was a big rumor that was going to be the movie. Was Budapest.
Right. So it would have been nice on the timeline graphic if they basically put like, Endgame or Civil War, kind of where this all slots in, so you got an idea. But I digress. I'm sorry.
And by the time this is all over, okay, by the time we're done with superheroes movies, okay, and TV shows,
we'll be dead.
If you want to watch from the beginning of the Marvel, from Iron Man 1 to the end, it's going to take you 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just pumping this stuff out so much.
Yeah.
Here's
there's going to be constant fights till the end of time on what the right order is.
It's gonna be I have an entire 2 weeks vacation I need to kill. Should I stream a marathon of The Simpsons? Or should I watch all the Marvel Universe movies in order chronologically?
No, because that'll start an argument. Should I watch them chronologically when they were released, or should I watch them chronologically according to when they happened?
That all depends on the circle of friends, and I'm not going to tell you who you should be hanging out with.
See, the thing is...
either way.
Maybe I should watch them alphabetically.
Order of release or timeline chronology, it's the same amount of hours. So watch them however the hell you want. I don't care. You could watch whichever ones have boobs in them first, for all I care.
I watch them in best parts. Because when you watch them online, it's like, I think it's about there. Click. Yeah, okay. We'll watch this one.
I want to watch a training montage from Captain America when he's at the base. Yes, okay. I want to watch that. I want to watch when he gets interviewed by the doctor. When he's at Stark's Expo. Yeah, I'll watch that part.
All right. So since we mentioned The Simpsons, okay.
Yeah.
Let's
You mentioned
talk
The
about
Simpsons,
another Fox property here.
Yeah.
The one that basically we all were like, "Oh, you didn't."
Well, I don't think Colin was like that, but you and I definitely were.
One of our favorite shows, The Orville.
Yes, which we all were hesitant about before season 1. And then season 1 happened, and we're like, this is great.
This is awesome. Season 2 happened. We're like, please be renewed. They said they were renewed for season 3. And then the Comic-Con bastards came.
That's right.
And then the Fox and Disney merger thing happened, and McFarlane's Orville is going to Hulu.
I think what happened was Seth said, listen, you either renew the Orville for another season, or I'm taking my show someplace else. American Dad, Family Guy, Orville, everything. And they go, oh, no, we can't do that, Seth. We'll renew you for season 3. And they just put on the contract, renewed for season 3. Literally, that's what they wrote. And then after he signed it, they went, we're going to move you to online where nobody will watch it, and then we can cancel you according to the contract. That's what they did.
Those are all different people.
Well, no, because there's a mouse somewhere that's in charge of everything.
Yeah, but there's the mouse. The mouse does not own Fox.
He has a say-so in it, though.
What are you looking at me for?
So the official word of what happened is Seth
I had to
MacFarlane,
ask how Spiderman related to Sony and this whole deal, for Christ's sakes. And you're looking at me. Go ahead.
So, according to Seth MacFarlane, they could not get Orville season 3 in time for. They basically were already going to be late, so they were penciling them in for mid-season next year. And then Seth MacFarlane figured out that to do what they wanted to do with season 3, they were going to miss the mid-season as well. Now, everywhere else in the world, the season thing doesn't actually happen this way. It's like BBC, for example. Mm-hmm. BBC does not announce when shows are going to happen until it's like, and next week, if the Orville was on BBC, they'd be like, yes, we're going to have a new season at some point. And then suddenly they'd say, next week, next season starts. And they do that because they don't want the other channels to know what they're doing. It's really weird.
First of all, if the Orville was on BBC, it'd be like,
it'd be canceled.
Alara. Bloody opened us pickle jar.
The point being, I'm pretty sure the Orville will show in other countries wherever they currently air the Orville.
So, Twitter, when that news was announced, Twitter just went ballistic.
Yeah.
Because everybody started getting concerned that Family Guy was going to jump, that all of his shows were going to jump. Then the folks out of the country started cursing. People in Canada were like, we can't get Hulu. Does this mean you're cutting us out? How dare you sell out from us?
And the UK, I saw same things coming from the UK.
So what it was told, and Colin, I think you said this as well, it doesn't affect overseas and outside the U.S. broadcasting. Because those broadcast partners will still have the rights.
Yeah.
And in one of the threads, somebody responded and said, awesome. That means I'll just get it via torrent. Brilliant.
Well, you'll get it that way anyway, even if it just came off Hulu that way.
It's just... But there is this movement, and we've talked about it before, where more and more things are moving to streaming platforms.
Yes.
More and more good shows are moving to streaming platforms.
Yes. The best show I've seen so far coming out of Comic-Con is going to be streaming only.
Which one is that?
What?
Picard,
yes. So Picard, the new movie with the new show with Patrick Stewart, and evidently Brent Spiner's making cameos.
I'm not even sure he's actually a full cast member.
Okay.
As is
Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan.
Yeah, Jerry Ryan I saw in there too. that is only going to be online, and it's only going to be through, was that CBS Go?
All access.
CBS
All Access, right?
The hell with them.
Okay, so we got more and
All of
more
them.
of this splintering. So, we're back to the point of, I want this show, I have to sign up for this channel. I want this show, I have to sign up for this channel. I have to sign up.
Yeah.
And they're going to nickel and dime you to death because, Game of Thrones is coming out with a prequel now, so I have to sign up for HBO. I have to, I want to watch Picard, so I got to sign up for this. And I want this, so I got to sign up for this.
Or you wait until the entire season is available on digital and just buy the shows you want. So if you want to watch it real time.
Except for some of these streaming platforms, they're not selling them.
Well,
they're not putting them up on Amazon for sale for the entire series.
See, now I'm thinking some of these CBS shows, just the broadcast ones, because FYI, DirecTV lost CBS in some markets on Friday, mine included.
I hear similar things like that around town all the time. My father-in-law was upset because Comcast lost the Weather Channel. Holy hell! Life was just gonna go completely down the crapper. We didn't have the Weather Channel. We didn't know what was gonna happen outside. I didn't know what was happening in my neck of the woods. I couldn't open a window to look, and I didn't know what the 7-day forecast was gonna be. It was wrecking his world.
I lost my mind at the Weather Channel when they got knocked off of DirecTV way back when. I got into an argument with him on Twitter. I'm like, oh, wait, you want me to fight for them to pay you so that they'll carry you and my bill will go up, or I could just use your app on my phone?
Yeah, for free.
Now, I will say,
but old people don't do that.
Not only do I actually have CBS All Access, I pay for the higher one with no commercials.
Yeah.
And I started doing that a couple of years ago just because I like watching the shows without commercials. And CBS, I like a lot of the other networks. CBS is really good at getting their stuff pulled off of other places where you can find stuff.
Yeah. So, it's... I don't know. I know we're getting back to being nickel and dimed.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what people have been complaining for years. They wanted to be nickel and dimed.
Yeah,
they were tired of paying.
They were tired for paying for stuff that they don't want.
Instead of paying $150 or whatever it is now for 15 billion channels of stuff you don't want, now it's like, well, okay, fine. Everybody kept saying they just wanted to pay for what they wanted. Well, now you can. Now it's, $6 for CBS and $10 for whatever.
Hulu. And
well,
the only good news I got was my Hulu's free. Well, because I get the Hulu Basic, because if you sign up for Spotify, they'll pay for your Hulu.
Yeah.
For the individual basic plan. So that is the only good thing that's come out of this is companies are starting to cross-promote each other,
Yeah, Disney's going to have some big Uber package.
The biggest problem with all of this splintering, and we really need to work on this app, one that can consolidate, like if you subscribe to, let's say, Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and CBS All Access, instead of having to open a specific app on your Fire Stick or your phone or whatever for each one, you have one app that kind of unifies all of them as like an overlay.
That's kind of like the Fire TV actually does that. So if you hit the microphone thing to say what you want to watch, it'll pop up and say, "Do you want to watch that on Prime? Do you want to watch that on Hulu? What do you want to watch it on?"
Roku will do the same thing for a Roku search. It'll search through everything except for Plex because obviously it doesn't have a cloud-based index.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have definitely used that when I'm upstairs and I don't remember what platform the movie we're watching is on, but I remember the name of the movie and I just go, okay, find it. And it goes, oh, well, you could pay $1 bazillion to watch this crappy movie on this platform. Oh, or here, it's included in your subscription. Oh, okay, that one. Yeah. So, but yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not happy about the Orville going to Hulu. I was one of those people that I DVR'd it. Okay, I didn't bother to download it. I DVR'd it. I watched it on after the fact, and so I was happy about that.
I'm one of those people who needs to catch up because I've only seen like one episode of season 2.
Wow, it was good. It was a good season, and you didn't think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot like I thought it had the potential to be a lot like season 2 of Enterprise, but it wasn't. It was better. So we had that. For Marvel, we've got we got WandaVision coming out. You should be happy about that, right? More Scarlet Witch.
No, 'cause it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know that is going to be the downside.
I can't get too happy about it, but
so we got WandaVision, we got Loki, we got What If, and we got Hawkeye. What
If is an animated show.
Okay,
where
it's their first animated, right?
Yeah, it'll have all of the original voices, and it just goes through and says, what if, and redoes scenes from the movies. Like,
okay,
what if?
Supposedly, it's playing off of a concept that basically was how Professor Hulk came to be.
Yeah,
like there was a conversation allegedly that what if you had Bruce Banner's intellect with the Hulk's strength? That's bingo, Professor Hulk. So now what are you doing?
I didn't do nothing. All of a sudden, phone just decided, I'm going to dial somebody. Which is weird. all of a sudden,
you got the Elon Musk implant, didn't you?
I didn't dial anybody.
Was someone calling you?
No, because I don't. Somebody is calling. But okay, hold on. This is not going to work. Hello, you're on with PTR.
Shaggy.
Yes.
This is Steven. I know you got hung up on 2 times.
Yeah, I know. That's because our phone patch doesn't work right now. So, no. I'll tell you what. Why don't you call back next week? Okay. All right. Bye. Because you couldn't hear that. That was Steven Bethia.
Dude. Okay.
I know, but I wasn't going to take his call on speakerphone. That was just going to be insane.
Because the phone, there's a cable coming off the phone with 2 little jacks coming off of it, and there's nothing attached to it.
Yeah, I don't have it hooked up. Because when was the last time we got a phone call, other than 30 seconds ago?
I can't with you. Now,
so if we can figure out,
yeah.
That thing over there, ignore it.
I'm still.
So yeah,
I thought for sure that you had the Elon Musk implant.
No.
This man. Listen, I'm looking for the article here.
I got it here. Elon Musk says he got a monkey to control a computer with its brain. Now, this is a TMZ article, so I don't know how trustworthy it is. Although they are, if Elon Musk were to die, we would take their word for it.
How much pot did he smoke with Joe Rogan when to come up with this idea? Because this is not smart at all.
No, I mean, okay. Elon Musk is the kind of person who grew up on the same science fiction books that I grew up on.
Okay.
And he sees that according to those books, we're supposed to be going to Mars and we should have implants in our brains to control computers. So he's trying to figure out how to get us to Mars, and now he's also trying to figure out the implants thing. If they can figure out the implants thing, I want myself an implant.
If he can figure out the implants thing, you can kiss my ass. Government tracking? No. The privacy, memories in the cloud? Oh, no. Well, I don't trust any of these people.
Mike, it is not going to
put an implant right in. No, man. Tinfoil hat. Better believe that.
Mike, by the time that is done, we will know all of the government secrets, because by then we'll have stormed Area 51.
Oh, these idiots. Oh, my God.
So we are going to take over Area 51, people. or at least somebody thinks they are.
We have found the secret problem, the Achilles heel of the U.S. military. We will run at them with our arms behind us.
Remember, they can't stop us all. They'll run out of bullets eventually.
They don't need bullets. They can just stand up there and put their hand on your forehead, their hand on your forehead, and you just be.
So, oh God,
I just can't. The memes that came out of this, are just.
So here it is. Okay, so there's an official website now, stormarea51.us, and now you can buy merch.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Of course, there's nothing on the website.
No, but you gotta get that picture up.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah. So that is.
Can you zoom in on that?
Oh God, it's slow. It's still loading.
That's because everybody is going to it. And apparently Steven was calling in because he needs advice.
Oh. All right. Let's see here.
Does he need advice on? No.
What does he need advice on so badly?
It better not be how to break in Area 51.
No,
the biggest piece of advice we have is don't run at Area 51 with your arms behind you, dressed as an alien. Why does that alien have boobs?
Well, no, it's
boobs.
pecs.
Those are terrible pecs.
For the same, it's an alien. What the? Really? How do you know? How do you know what an alien boob?
Hold on, I think I can fix his issue. I think. Well, damn it! Get off me now. Stop showing that stuff. That's special stuff. We can't show that stuff. All right, I can help Steven out, I think. Maybe. Okay. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. And we'll do that. Okay. Okay.
Because it wouldn't be PTR Radio.
Yeah, no, hold on. He's not there yet, damn it.
Okay, damn it. In the meantime...
It wouldn't be PTR Radio without some untested changes.
Who even thought about that this was a good idea? Like, even as a cartoon character, whoever thought that running like this was smart?
It worked in the cartoon because they were ninjas. They were jumping around.
Yeah, you know.
They didn't
jump around.
They didn't spend a whole bunch of time just running like that the entire time, like some kind of weird Roadrunner cartoon.
I think they should. Let me tell you, man. Listen, if I ever saw somebody running like that, and that's just the dumbest thing ever, man. You realize what happens? You hit a rock and trip.
I agree.
You ain't got no your arms. That's that much further. And with the extra speed, you're not going to be able to compensate and get your arms in front faster. You're going to break your face. Our run shall make us invincible unless you hit a rock or a stick or banana peel even.
But what was great was
the memes
were wonderful. So I started one because I thought, and I honestly thought it would go further than it did because I got like 28 likes on it, I think, on Instagram, which I should have gotten more. And it was, while everyone's concentrated on Area 51, we're going to take over Warehouse 13.
Yes.
Because to me, that seemed perfect.
It's a lot more fun.
Yeah. There's good stuff there. Ark of the Covenant's there. You know, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of fun stuff is there.
And that's funny. I was thinking Crystal Palace.
Oh, you're thinking Cheyenne Mountain?
Yep.
Yeah, let's get through that Stargate.
Somebody else said that they should take over the Bermuda Triangle. They started a competing one. Take over that. So I gave... so if this works, might be able to get Steven in on video conference.
On video.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting on that,
Yeah.
So I got an email today
Okay.
from IHOP.
Oh.
So last time around, IHOP tried to become IHOB and have burgers.
Yeah, they did. It didn't work so well for them.
Now they have
No,
chicken.
don't call in.
All right. Well,
Steven, hey, if you just use the link I sent you, you can video conference in, and then we can see you. Okay, sorry. No, you're not.
so anyway,
Okay.
Yep.
What do you
while he's talking,
what's that?
so here's the thing. So now they're doing chicken.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing basically fried chicken. So they're going to have
That's not good.
chicken and waffles, chicken and pancakes, buffalo chicken. Yeah, the chicken burgers and pancakes place.
Okay. So, yeah, that doesn't warrant a name change, I don't think. So here's
No,
the
they're
other
not changing the name this time. They're just saying that they're just out doing chicken.
Why are these companies suddenly feeling the need to branch out? Like Burger King has tacos.
It's because I think the fast food places have pushed so far into breakfast that the breakfast
Yeah.
places feel like now they have to try to push into the non-breakfast parts of the day.
Well, okay, all right.
Now, I will say I like
If you
ordering-
say Burger King's tacos, I'll be very upset.
Burger King has tacos.
Yeah, Burger King has tacos. That's what I was just saying.
Not around here.
They around here for $1.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Headphones are back. Go ahead.
Damn.
Uh,
Phone cord.
Are we okay now?
You remember well, he's not gonna. Anyway, we'll get to that in a while, Mike. We'll get to that in a while. But you remember in the days of old, when you had the phone on the wall and, you had to get the 10-foot cord so that you could take it from the family room into your room so that you could talk to the girlfriend, without mom listening in on it. Yeah, that's kind of what this is. Like I got all this cord, and it just kind of gets in the way of all the cords that are here. So not the best thing for.
Oh, we need to find some of those old solutions back from when people still had phones.
Oh,
like
the
that.
like the retractor cord.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find one of those. Suffice it to say, we have a listener who is going through a tough time, and he doesn't want to go into it on air, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to either. And he just was asking that if anybody out there is so inclined that they would send some thoughts and prayers his way for him to get through what's going on with him and his family. So, not that we've ever done that before, but Stephen is not the person I'm talking about, but somebody else entirely. Just needs some help. So, listener to listener, just make sure that you keep everybody in good spirits. So, hope I didn't bungle that up too bad. All right, and we'll reach out separately to whomever that was regarding. Mm-hmm. So, boy, it's like talking to a kid about Santa Claus. All right, moving along swiftly. So, yeah, I know.
All right, so
we
talked about Elon Musk.
Yes, let's talk about. Should we talk about Jon Stewart?
No.
Okay, we won't talk about.
It's political. I don't think there's anybody in the world that disagrees with him, and I don't want to bring this down.
All right, how about Baby Shark?
Oh God.
Okay, so what's funny is this is not the only thing. So what I'm talking about here is there's a Fox 5 article about a Florida city. Officials are trying to keep the homeless from taking over the park at night. Okay, homeless people don't have anywhere to stay. Obviously, that's what makes them homeless. And so they're sleeping on park benches, and the city's trying to figure out a way to keep them out of there. I mean, there's shelters that they could go to. They should go to those. So Florida city officials hope that playing Baby Shark will drive the homeless from the park, because that's what you do to what is often the mentally challenged homeless person, is drive them to the point of insanity by repeating the same horrible song over and over again. That's really going to help the issue. All right. What's crazy is this is not the first time that auditory assault has been leveraged as a deterrent. I just read a New York article about a place which is installing what they call the mosquito.
Yep.
In and around the park, which is activated at the 10 o'clock, which is when the park closes. And it is that audible tone that only the youth can hear because they're not old and feeble like us. And it is supposed to repel them, annoy them, sonically, and keep them from destroying the park. Because evidently they have been tagging it and breaking things and, generally being a pain in the butt. And there's a question going around city council, cost of repair versus cost of the installation of this equipment, as well as then, okay, so you're driving the kids away from the park, and in this case, you're driving the homeless away from the park. Where are you driving these people to that don't have anywhere else to go or anything else to do?
You're driving away the kids who just want to go and play a pickup game of basketball in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You're not stopping the taggers who probably have headphones on playing very loud music anyway.
Yeah. So, it's a whole thing about, controlling the environment and trying to control people's behavior, which I don't think these types of deterrents in actuality probably long term are a good thing to try. I mean, you need to adjust the root problem. And we talked about probably a few months ago, the school that set up, evening activities for kids to do up until I think midnight or something like that, where then the kids would be able to go back home. So they could come, they could have a meal, they could, do homework, they could play basketball inside, they could do whatever supervised, and, a safe place for them to be. Because you have to have alternative places for these people. The homeless, you have to have shelters for them to go to, that they're willing to go to. The kids, you have to have places that they're willing to go to and things for them to do there. If you're going to drive them out of these other places.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that these deterrents are necessarily the answer. I'd love to know what other people think are the answer. All right. So if you have, the answer, do you think an automated Nerf gun, artillery is the answer in parks? I mean, maybe a small tank, an AI driven tank that just goes around, with a paintball gun. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know.
I think cybernetic implants that would allow you to control a computer, but then work as a two-way so that they could, like an electric fence, after a certain amount, after like 10 o'clock at night, you try to go in the park and...
So are you saying that we should
10
tag
o'clock at night,
Are you saying that we should tag the homeless, Mike? Because I brought that idea up about 8 years ago, and it didn't go over very well. So, a catch and release program for the homeless, maybe.
Okay, but yours was a little different. Yours was not backed by Elon Musk. You know what?
As long as we get Elon's approval on it, it's okay to go, is what you're saying.
If Elon was smart about it. Okay, so here you go. Here, that's how you promote it, Elon. Listen to me. This is the truth I'm making up here.
Free
you can
Wi-Fi.
build shelters. Build shelters for them where the roofs are solar panels and has a small Tesla wall. So they're basically self-sufficient bunks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And in exchange for that, you can give them an implant. Now these bunks they're almost like, I hate to use the word guinea pig, but
but it's accurate
because these shelters could become quick, self-sufficient setups.
Hold on.
In the time of disasters.
Why don't we use beta tester, not guinea pig? Much more technologically savvy.
Fair enough. Although this might be more like an alpha tester.
Okay.
Because, we won't know Well, no, I guess we would, because if they got the fancy pants little shelter, then yeah, well.
Now,
Could we give them hats with solar panels on them so that while they're begging for change, we could be gaining electricity as well, Mike? If they're going to be on the street corner anyway, should they just be plugged in to the traffic signal, powering
I was going to say, here's the problem: is now you're trying to get him to really do Tesla shit with wireless energy transmission.
No, I'm saying we can plug them in. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't call it a chain.
no, just
but you know,
you can plug them in.
plug them into the traffic light.
Yeah, to the traffic light pole. I mean, it's not a chain. You're not putting a person on a chain like a dog. You know, they could disconnect.
What if they recharge the battery packs that power the police officers' body cams?
Yeah, they have a little hip sack, you know, fanny pack. They got the tinfoil hat with the solar cell on top, and a little green light comes on when the pack is full, and then they go and they trade it in for a little bit of food or some booze or whatever.
Well, if we're going to do that,
It's a commodity system.
if we do that, we could also give
reward.
them. We could also give them. See, if the food we don't want to do, but booze. We could give them like one of those small little airline bottles of booze.
Yeah.
For every tagger that they catch.
For every tagger. Oh, so you're going to make them into a citizens on patrol type thing.
Yeah, they're going to sleep in the park.
So you're going to you're going to mix MMA and bum fights. Is what you're going to turn this into, you know.
Wow. Didn't you have a game or something you want us to play? Because
Yeah, we should probably get to that. All right, so I got this game called Brain Freeze. Now, this game typically works with more than 3 people, but we're going to play a variant of it, which I think is very funny. So this is a game of quick answers.
Okay.
So I'm going to read a question. I won't, you know, these are just random questions. And the thing is, we have to just, you know, say the first answer that comes to your mind for these. All right, so... and there's no necessary points. This is just more to learn about us, really. Okay, so question number 1. My impression of a whale. All right. I'd risk my life for blank.
Family.
bacon.
Sex. All right. Nope. My favorite villain.
Darth Vader.
Loki.
Oh, you know what? I don't really even have one. I don't like any of the other villains. I really hate the villains.
I just went with the first one that came to mind.
Yeah. So, all right. Least favorite TV show character. Diane from Cheers.
Soup Nazi.
Okay, here's the funny thing. When you said least favorite TV character, and this isn't, Alf came to mind. And then because Alf came to mind, I'm having trouble figuring out a correct answer.
See, I'm just going with whatever one pops in my head first.
So I'll go with Alf.
That's it. You just
For
have to
some
have-
reason, Alf came to mind.
My quirk. Lazy. That's just my quirk.
I think it's everybody's quirk.
Vaping. I don't know.
That's
we're not doing that. We're not doing my most embarrassing moment because we probably already talked about it. My favorite way to eat potatoes.
mashed.
Fries.
French fries.
Okay, what kind of French fries, Mike? There's a lot of different cuts. I'm going steak fries.
It depends on the meal, man. If we're talking burger, I need those wider type pencils, not shoestring, but the thicker cut. A crinkle cut is always a safe bet. No curly fries. You can you take that and shove it up your ass. Steak fries only with steak.
Okay, so the actual answer for me would be hash browns, the very, very crispy version. I'm just going with whatever the first word is that comes to my head, even though it's not the correct answer.
Okay.
The brand I love.
Ski.
Butterstown Gifts and Creations.
I don't go with where my career has been most of my life, Microsoft.
The word I can never spell correctly. Receive.
Receive is. I figured that one out.
All the I before E's always give me problems.
Well, misspell?
Misspell.
I would say I don't know if beautiful.
Oh no! Ever since what's his name? Goofy ass guy. BEA beautiful. That's how I do it every time now. If I got to spell that word, I'm breaking out him.
I, for some reason, have always misspell calendar, but if I'm typing, I have a problem with the words just and house.
House?
Just because the way my fingers work, it comes out JSUT or house HOSUE.
Okay, so those were examples of the vanilla. Okay? So this is the one which is good to play with your family and friends and includes, all ages. All right, now, with sprinkles.
Oh, boy.
With sprinkles, it says 17 and over.
Oh, boy.
All right. So, we'll just do those. The thing I'll always say yes to.
Blowjob.
BJ. My non-sexual turn-on.
Non-sexual turn-on.
Can I answer Disney to every one of these?
He probably will.
Well, there is Rule 34, so let's see here.
I don't know.
Lingerie, general appearances. That's all of mine. All right, we're gonna my feature that gets the most compliments.
I can answer Disney to that one.
Humor.
Eyes. Shirt, actually.
You do have quite the collection of
my
shirts.
endless variety of shirts.
Which somehow could still tie to Disney.
Weirdest place I've pooped.
Front yard.
Top of a mountain.
I have to go with my
So help me
Cookie
God if you say
Monster
Disney.
PJs.
In your Cookie Monster PJs?
I was like 3.
Okay.
If I remember it.
My tramp stamp would say what?
I didn't ask for this.
3MTA3.
Wide load. It's probably just the way I'll die.
Heart stops beating.
Boy, what a medical answer. Boy, I'm hoping it's quickly in my sleep, but I'm betting it's heart attack while driving. So, Mike.
Heart attack in the car while my wife is driving.
Oh, and we have another call. Hold on. Hello, PTR. Yes, we are live, but we're not taking calls on live on air. What's up?
This is the watching Shaggy on the phone hour.
Yeah. Nope. Yep, no problem. Okay. All right. Hey, no problem. It's our pleasure, man. All right. Thanks. So, phone. All right, I will
Wallet,
get phone
keys.
hooked up.
Phone, wallet, keys.
Yeah.
Phone.
So anyway, that's the with sprinkles edition. So I thought that was fun. I'm looking forward to breaking this out with the friends group because there's a lot of good questions. So there's like my worst quality, my least favorite curse word, sexual bucket list item, drug of choice,
Advil.
go to date night location, least favorite part of having sex.
The end.
Finny. So.
Finn. Oh, speaking of Finn, how did we not talk about this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The best part of Comic-Con.
Yeah. Well, definitely a highlight of Comic-Con was the fact that, and we talked about this a little bit, I think, on the last show, that, okay, so the Sharknado series has finished, right? We will not get any more Sharknado movies. However, Ian Ziering has said the fun shall not stop. And he, along with the previous directors of Sharknado, has said, hey, let's do zombie tidal wave. And at Comic-Con...
And everybody's like, what?
Yeah, and at Comic-Con, we were treated to a trailer for Zombie Tidal Wave, and I have to say, it looks very Sharknado-esque.
Oh, yes, it does.
I'm kind of excited. My only fear is it comes out August 17th, which happens to be a fairly important day around the house here. So I don't know that I'll be capable of live streaming it.
Okay.
But we will see.
Well, we'll see if it keeps that date. Because last time we had a date for the Sharknado finale, it ended up not being the correct date.
Well, yeah, because the date they originally gave was a Wednesday, and we were like, what?
Yeah.
Anyone look at their calendar?
So,
They're busy draining their pasta with it.
So it'll be interesting to see. I so far, all I can tell is zombies come up from the underneath the crust of the ocean.
Here's my question.
Yeah,
because I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going to ask the stupid question while I still can.
Okay.
Don't.
So, does a zombie tidal wave? Does it spread the zombiness by biting other tidal waves?
No.
And
Good Lord Christ.
It's a tidal wave of zombies. So,
And the tidal wave is not what unearths the zombies.
No.
It just so happens the zombies are unearthed, and then a tidal wave happens.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite disappointing. And to be quite honest, I'm very curious as to where the sequel will go with this. I'm already looking past for this and looking at the sequels.
Looking at the zombie title Typhoon is what you're looking for. Zombie Hurricane.
So we got Sharknado, Zombie Tidal Wave.
Yeah.
Lavalantula.
Yep.
So that's the volcanoes are that. Earthquakes. Earthworms.
Well,
Anyway.
Earthquake's been done with Tremor.
So many times.
That's true. That is, yeah. I guess it's going to be Blizzard. What will a blizzard bring?
Abominable
Avalanche
snowman.
sharks.
Yeah.
We've already had the avalanche sharks.
Well, but that wasn't any endearing production. That wasn't a Siffy thing.
Yeah, this has to be something that Ian is in. Although,
technically, Lavalantula he wasn't in.
Yeah, he was.
He made a cameo.
That's too
Space cockroaches. Space herpes.
Like
it has to be something with
comet crabs.
If we did zombies, now it needs to be like vampires. Vampires, like coming out of something that vampires shouldn't come out of, like
sunspot vampires.
Vampires coming out of heavily garlic-laden food.
I don't know, but I don't know.
You are ruining this for me, Colin.
This is going to be interesting. Anyway, so we will watch it.
Yes.
We will watch it. We will review
one way
it.
or another. We will watch it.
Yes, it's going to happen, folks. Don't you worry. We're here to review these movies.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, August 17th is a Saturday night. Oh, yeah. That Sharknadoes usually happen on like a Sunday night.
Yeah, traditionally.
Yeah.
Now,
all right. So hopefully this moves.
Okay, let's talk about one final thing before we get to our movie review. Let's talk about DC. Okay, we talked about Marvel early on. Let's talk about DC, specifically on the CW. Okay, now, during Comic-Con, it came out that Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is the DC crossover event of the year, all right, is going to feature Brandon Routh as Superman. Now, he's played this role before, evidently, and so he's going to come back, and there will be two Supermen. According to the article I read, there will actually be two in this episode. Now, Mike, you have a major problem with this, and I have a different major problem with it.
I have a problem with this, that he can't be See, now I've resolved this problem.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem with the whole CW thing is completely different. I understand if he's going to be Superman from a different universe,
From one of the multiverses.
then he could still be Adam in this one. He'd still be Ray Palmer in this one. I want to see who will be Ray Palmer in the other universe, and hopefully they resolve that. So that's part of my issue. The other issue that came from watching all the DC paraphernalia, and I know you're going to come back to Superman, but they got rid of Supergirl's skirt. God damn it!
Oh, did they? I didn't even.
She's
I
wearing
didn't
a
watch
damn.
Supergirl.
She's wearing a damn full blue catsuit now, and I'm sorry. You can call me sexist or whatever you want, but I don't like it.
So here's my issue specifically with the crossover event. Okay, now the crossover event last year did not include Legends of Tomorrow. Okay,
Correct.
There was a reference to them, but they were not included in the crossover event because, as CW said in their press release, moving forward, we will not have Legends of Tomorrow involved in the crossover event because scheduling all the actors involved, considering the size of the cast of Legends of Tomorrow, along with the other shows, is damn near impossible. Okay? And they said that there was plenty of shows to do a crossover event. What the hell changed? All right? Why are they changing it now? And I mean,
Okay.
it's stupid. You can't tell me one year we can't do it because there's too many damn people, and now you got even more people, and you're gonna do one? No, this is bullshit. Go back and rewrite last year.
No, they have to. Okay, first of all, it was awesome how the Legends during this last season made fun of the fact that they weren't part of a crossover event.
I know, it was great. I want to see them do it again.
It was awesome. But now, this is Arrow. This is Oliver Queen's last hurrah.
It is the last season for Arrow.
I don't watch any of these shows, so I'm just sitting here.
Okay. You should.
Ooh. Yes, I would love to. He could be Tom Welling could come in and play Ray Palmer. That would be awesome. Yes, it would. That would be awesome if he was the Ray Palmer from another universe. Why? Because now you got the Superman from Smallville. Yes, Steven, I like that idea. That is a good idea.
Actually, there is a rumor that he's going to make a cameo somehow. According to one of the trades I read, there's a rumor that he will make that there will be several Smallville related things.
Yes.
So,
and CW is capitalizing on this crossover event, like I said, because it's going to be it's going to be the last one with the Arrow cast. So the Arrow's ending and Supernatural is ending.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see the Supernatural guys show up.
Oh, I doubt it since they've never been part of a crossover event before. That would be really weird if they did.
That would be awesome, though.
What they should do, not knowing anything what's going on here, if they should also have, since they're going to have multiple universes coming up, they should have Zachary Levi show up. Shazam.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's done lots of TV.
Speaking of which, DC says they can't get Shazam 2 made fast enough.
I'm sure, because that was a good movie.
Mike, have you watched Shazam yet?
Not yet.
I would recommend it. Okay,
yeah, I plan on it.
It's a great movie. Although I was reading some reviews of it, and all you got was the mommy bloggers complaining about the strip club scene, and I'm like, get over it. They've got to put something in for adults. Damn it!
And they were not ever in the strip club.
It's a joke. If you had a kid who suddenly got infinite powers, what would they do? And it was a 14-year-old kid. He'd go to a strip club. That's what a 14-year-old would do. I mean, It's just,
And that scene got DC to have a gay character before Marvel could. So DC will always have that one up on them.
So it's just, but yeah, I don't know. I'm so far behind on Arrow that I need to get caught up because, it's a good show.
I watched maybe half of the first season, so that's how far behind I am.
And you weren't hooked, though, were you?
No.
Honestly, Arrow was one that I started watching after Legends.
I did too. I watched Legends first, and then I'm like, ooh. Because at first I started watching The Flash. I'm like, oh, I like The Flash.
Yeah, I was watching The Flash.
And then I'm like, oh, they got this shoot-off branch called Legends. let's watch that. Oh, who's Sarah? Okay, I got to watch some of Arrow to figure out who Sarah was. All right. I mean, they do. CW and the DC do a great job of intermingling these characters and making you want to watch all the different related properties. So, you know, and it'll be interesting to see what they come up with, because I was, Batwoman or Batgirl or whatever in the heck it is, Bat something, Bat Person is coming up, you know, and that's going to be the new show to take over for Arrow's spot.
So if she's young, she's Batgirl. If she's older and a lesbian, she's Batwoman. That's how you can tell the difference between the two.
Okay, I'm just saying Bat Person.
Well, okay, what if she's young and a lesbian?
Then she'd still be Batwoman.
What's young, relatively speaking?
Well,
this woman is in her 20s, I think.
No, she is not.
She's not in her teens.
If you're in that early 20-ish, teenish zone,
you to hell.
That's Batgirl.
She's 33.
Okay.
33. That's getting close to Batwoman.
She is Batwoman.
Okay.
That's what the show is called, Batwoman.
So, you know.
Oh, yeah, she has the red hair. Okay, if it's the comic character with that red hair, then she's a lesbian.
Okay.
And apparently she was not at Comic-Con.
No, I don't think she was. I think, didn't she bow out at the last minute?
Let me see something here.
I think there was an issue with her at the last minute.
It's because she was shooting the series.
Yeah.
So kind of ironic that the series that she was supposed to promote was keeping her from.
Yeah. So actor pulled at the last minute due to busy filming schedule. Yep. She made a video to explain the situation, apologized to everyone who came to see her at the event. You know. So, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely, they are keeping to the it's Batwoman.
So yeah.
See, okay, so here's the entire lineage, okay? Batwoman, red hair, lesbian, Batgirl, in the Batman Beyond universe, had sex with Batman.
Okay.
It's 8:30. We should do our review.
All right. Sorry, it's difficult getting into the sexuality of bat people. All right. So this week we had.
If Batman was wearing a man costume, would he be Batman?
Well, if Batman Batman was in drag,
he'd be George Clooney in a really bad movie.
All right, so this week we had 2 Amazon Prime movies. We had Armstrong and Space Raiders.
Oh God.
Okay. Now, which one would we like to do first?
Oh, let's do Space Raiders first.
Space Raiders first. Okay. And I wrote my reviews out this time. So we'll just do a standard order. Me, Colin, Mike. Yep. All right. Okay, Space Raiders. Well, folks, we had 2 sci-fi movies in the same week, and that always is a recipe for disaster. One of them is bound to suck harder than Monica Lewinsky during a White House internship. Yes,
no,
I made a joke that only old people get. My hair is growing gray, my beard is already gray, and now I'm referencing politics pre-iPhone. I'm officially old. Luckily, so is this movie I'm talking about. Space Raiders came out in 1983, a magical year where America sent its first woman into space. Reagan proposed a Star Wars military program. Fraggle Rock debuted. The very first Motorola mobile phone was introduced to the public, and the final episode of MASH aired. See, these were all monumental, culture-changing events that shaped and guided our country. Ones that everyone got behind and rallied and cheered for. And you know what the top movies in 1983 were? Return of the Jedi, Tootsie, War Games, Superman 3, Staring Alive, Octopussy, National Lampoon's Vacation, Yentl, and Flashdance. You notice something's missing? That's right. There's no mention of Space Raiders. That's because it's a huge steaming pile of garbage that Sally Ride should have ejected from the Challenger shuttle out into the cold, empty vacuum of space. Space Raiders, as the summary on Amazon implies, is a story of an inept group of space pirates who accidentally kidnap a small child from a Universal corporation only referred to as the Company. The rest of the movie is the worst case of Stockholm Syndrome I've ever seen. I mean, from the way this kid latches onto these supposedly bad guys, you'd think he was being skinned alive on the planet he left from. Through a couple of adventures, mostly taking place in the cheapest recreation of the bar on Tatooine I've ever seen, all the accident kidnappers end up dead through either other terrible bad guys or from fighting a robot ship sent by the mysterious company to retrieve stolen goods, again with no care for the child really at all. And by the way, where was Alien Protective Services during the beginning of this movie? A child playing around in an automated warehouse? Sure sounds like a space OSHA violation to me. So this movie ends with this kid on a deserted planet alone, and we have no idea what happens next. I mean, he's walking away. A man-eating plant could swallow him up, or he could fall into a trapper's hole. The good bad guy just leaves him there on this weird planet. So you see why this didn't make it even an honorable mention on the good things to come out of 1983. This was a major waste of my time, but because of its double feature alternative, I'm just giving this movie a VERP rating. My lunch stayed down, but only because the acting and dialogue was so much better than the alternative.
Oh.
All right, Colin, you're up next.
So, Space Raiders. This might be our first Roger Corman movie. So Roger Corman, famous for bad movies. When he finally did one of his movies. Hilarious thing is that the ship of the good guys in this movie was reused many times in many different Roger Corman movies. And if you've never seen it, just look for a spaceship that looks like the head of a Mon Calamari. That's not quite. Anyway, from Star Wars, stuck on head of. It looks kind of like a Star Trek ship. If a Star Trek ship had a pair of boobs on the front, with a squid head on top, that's the ship. It's pretty bad. I'm not sure why he reused it many times, other than he was being cheap. This movie, actually, I've never seen this one before. It had some lines of dialogue that I will keep quoting forever. So I actually told the others that we should name this episode, no matter how many times I get shot, it hurts like hell. That's a line from this movie. I think it's because a lot of the actors in this movie did westerns, and so they basically did dialogue from westerns because that's what they knew how to do. The kid, in addition to what Shaggy said, has a small insect, alien bug thing that he captures and then keeps for most of the movie, and at one point actually just lets it go for no reason. It never makes any plot point whatsoever other than it's there. The kid is played by David Mendenhall, who also appeared in several other films from the era and made the smart choice of getting out of acting and becoming a lawyer. So, an example of a child actor who doesn't become a druggie. Also known for being in Over the Top and the voice of a kid in the Transformers movie. So, this movie is pretty terrible. I don't recommend seeing it. I would move it all. I'd probably give it less than a meh, but because I like that line of dialogue, I want to give it a meh.
Okay, so a meh from Colin. All right, Mike, your turn.
So one of the first things that crossed my mind when this movie came on was, did Tom Christopher ever have a role in the 80s where he didn't have to wear some kind of crazy shit on his head? We got the alien get up here. He was Hawk in Buck Rogers when Buck Rogers jumped the shark. I mean, we see their ship, and as Colin mentioned, this ship has made its rounds. A lot of this footage has made its rounds. Most of this footage, the space footage, was from a movie called Battle Beyond the Stars. That's where I remember the ship from. Supposedly the soundtrack was used for both movies as well. So this guy was basically just recycling piece parts to make movies from them. I vaguely remember seeing this movie before, probably on broadcast TV. Back when like NBC had like Saturday Night at the Movies kind of thing. We haven't had a dollar store reference in a few shows, so we are more than making up for it with Dollar Store Mos Eisley Cantina here. Good Lord! Now we get a mix. Now we got a dash of Home Alone thrown in. You know, with the goons trying to kidnap the kid. I'm wondering the whole time, why didn't anybody think to hide this kid's necklace when they went on to the space station? Just saying, he could have just, or put it, the coat over it. He put the coat on and he still got the necklace hanging out. Apparently that necklace is a universal identifier that you are a company kid. So, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. Escape pod, undetectable by any technology. Except for alien dude.
And kid yelling.
Everyone that comes in contact with this kid dies. Everyone. The entire friggin' crew of that thing died. This kid is the equivalent of the alien. Think about it. He's Ripley, just one. Or he's the alien. Just one of these things wiped out my entire crew in less than a day. And I get that Hawk is dying at the end. He's the last one to survive. And maybe he's not dying because the kid shot him with antifreeze. But he drops him off in the middle of a desert on this planet. Just the middle of a desert. No, not even a building anywhere to be found. So this just barely qualifies for a smirk. Just a tick above meth. And that's really only because I have fond memories of the movies that used to play on NBC Saturday Night at the Movies. They always played stuff like this when it was. This is from a time before DVRs, even before VCRs. That's right, I said it. Where you just got to, when a movie was on, you watched it when it was on, and you enjoyed it, and you planned around it. I'll give it a smirk.
All right.
So I did say one thing because I thought maybe Mike would cover it.
Mm-hmm.
What did I miss?
The planet, the kid gets dropped off at the end. There's a tree there. So the kid spends the entire movie talking about he's never seen a tree, and there's no trees on his planet. And they drop him back off on his planet, and there's trees there.
Well, no, they didn't drop him off on his planet.
Yeah, they dropped off. He took him home. That was the whole point.
I don't think he took him home on the last. I didn't hear anything about it. I took him home.
That's where he dropped him off. He dropped him off at home.
He was in a battle, and I think he just dropped him off wherever.
So I said, okay, let's take you home.
Okay, maybe, but yeah, if that was that, then yes, there was a giant error in their logic. Now, I was like Mike. I figured he just dropped him off wherever there was a Class M planet and said, "Here, sorry about your luck. Hope you do okay."
Now, the other thing I was going to point out was that the special effects in this movie, which did come from the other movies Mike mentioned, were worked on by James Cameron. So what you're seeing here, these special effects, is what you'll later see in such movies as Aliens and Titanic.
Avatar 2.
Avatar, yes. So, yes, James Cameron got his start working on the special effects of these movies.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's move along to a movie that doesn't.
To a movie called Armstrong. Okay.
Oh, boy.
During this series, we've watched cheap films that were good and expensive films that sucked. However, unfortunately, what we have here is the worst type of devil's couple. A cheap movie that sucks. Armstrong was not a film student final project shot in a single night on a budget of $3.45. That's $3.45. But by watching it, you wouldn't know the difference. A straightforward storyline that is painfully simple with no backplot and little in the way of character development where it needed it the most. This movie actually hurts from a lack of writing, instead depending on poorly acted action scenes to compensate for the lack of a script. I mean, seriously, I've read toilet paper with more words on it than the script. With that said, I'm not sure these wooden actors could have done much more with anything else they had. This film absolutely has no redeeming qualities, and so I'm forced to give it the rarely used kill it with fire rating. That is all, sir. Short, sweet, and to the point like that movie should have been.
So,
all right, Colin, you're up.
This movie, I think, is very similar to the movie Speed. So, the movie Speed, if you have never seen that movie, is about a bus that if that bus goes under a certain speed, it will blow up. So in this movie, you have an ambulance, but it's the opposite. If this ambulance ever goes above 5 miles an hour, then the movie might get to its ending. There's a line in this movie when someone tells the driver, slow down. I'm like, they can't slow down. This ambulance is going the slowest you can possibly go without, having the brake engaged. Let's watch this going. There's a scene where the speedometer is going up, like they're going 80 miles an hour. And I'm like, showing a speedometer, showing you're going 80, isn't how you make cars look like they're going fast in a movie. You make cars look like they're going fast in the movie by driving them fast. So this is a superhero-esque movie where put us off first. This movie is full of actual actors who actually act in such TV shows as Orange is the New Black. And they're acting up a storm in this movie. Unfortunately, the characters that they're acting up a storm in don't fit. Like, okay, if you were someone who was taking lots of drugs and are not emotionally fit enough to, carry a cup of coffee without dropping it, you would not be starting your first day as a paramedic. You would not be a paramedic. And then her partner is the most annoying character we've seen in many movies recently. And I was just like, can you please kill him yet? Please just kill him. Then they finally make him slightly better, and then they kill him. And I was just like, well, thanks for finally killing him, but you could have done that 5 hours ago, and I would have been happier. So yeah, there's they pick up a superhero. They help the superhero blow up some stuff for the bad guys, but in the meantime, they motor along in this ambulance, running like 2 miles an hour, not really doing any dialogue. And it seems sometimes like not only is the ambulance going 2 miles an hour, but they're taking a leaf from the TV show 24 and make this all happen in real time. It is terrible. I am not going to give it Kill with the Fire because it was not. It is going to be puke, but it was. No, don't waste your time. Watch this movie on fast forward, and maybe it'll be a good movie. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, Mike. You're up.
Any movie, okay, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves for giving this low of a rating for this movie. Any movie made by a production company named Dos Goats, that should at least be a +1 automatic right there. All right, I'm all in on this movie. I have no idea what the hell this reverse timeline opening is supposed to do other than disorient me to make me think that this movie is better than it is. Well, guess what? It worked. I'm sitting here watching this movie. I'm actually enjoying this movie. And she backed up into a bad guy with the ambulance, which is pretty far in, if you guys remember. And that's my first complaint. She didn't back up again. Double tap. Always double tap. Have you not seen Zombieland? If you're not sure, kill him again. The ending did kind of throw me off a little bit. Was not happy about this because they made it seem like there was going to be a sequel. Now, look, I like this movie, but I'm a realist. And at no time while I was watching this movie did I think that this was going to be the start of a series. If it is, then damn it, somebody find me the sequel. Because I need to see the sequel of this movie. If it's out there. I doubt it is, though. Okay. All right. Well, I gave this a smile. All right. Gobbler for life, bitches. I gave this a smile. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this movie. Maybe they just caught me in a good mood while I was watching it. So maybe if I went back and watched it again, I would regret giving it this rating, but not going to do that. Would I recommend it? Yes. But with 2 caveats. 1, do not go into this thinking that it's a superhero movie. Because it's not. Not even close. And 2, just check any kind of reality at the door. I am curious if the ending means that there is a sequel out there. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna call an audible here, and I'm gonna go with a 3rd caveat: drink a lot.
How much were you drinking when you watched it?
I was not. I watched this during my lunch hour over the course of 2 days.
Oh, that always helps watching it. I will say, the ending was the part that I liked the most.
Because it was over?
No. I actually saw the ending, and I was like, okay, she now has a fro, and she has other soldiers working with her, and she has the arm on, and I would watch that movie. Because they got rid of the ambulance. The ambulance is... I mean, there's this, 98%.
The whole movie was terrible.
The 98% of this
horrendous. Movie. It was the worst thing ever.
98% of this movie was 3 people driving an ambulance around some indescript city for 12 hours. Not talking.
I wanted the gun that the bad guy shot at the homeless guy to set his head on fire so that I could burn my computer. That's how bad it was. All right.
It was not that bad.
It was horrendous, and I watched it first, which is what made Space Raiders so tolerable.
Oh, bull crap! See, you know what? I'm the jaded one. Okay, don't be taking my stick here. I'm the jaded one of this show.
I just kept thinking in Space Raiders, when is this old man going to hide his pickle in the little boy? All right, because that's where it was going.
Wow.
But because of Armstrong, I thought, well, the movie's got to be better. It was a bad movie.
Wow. You went there.
I will give Armstrong was well acted. It just didn't have enough material.
It was not well acted. It was horrible. I couldn't watch it. It was so... you don't know how many times I looked at my phone. I ran my phone out of battery watching this movie.
Well, it ain't my fault. You got that cheap-ass Samsung tester phone.
It was horrible. Don't listen to Mike. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's a bad movie. He liked the cobbler, for Christ's sakes. All right.
That's right. Cobbler. Bo. Life. Bitch.
So,
see ya.
I found a rich vein of Amazon recommendations.
Okay.
Below what looks like a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be updating our suggestions list with what I found.
Okay.
Later this week.
Okay. In the meantime,
I threw a bunch in there.
In the meantime, let's go with what we have.
Let's find another one.
We are at 41.
Yes.
Shaggy's been busy.
9.
Shaggy's been mad. That's what I think. No. Oh, God.
What's 9?
This. Please, God, let this not be available. Thank you, God.
What was
There's a God in heaven. Witless protection, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, what? Wait a second. Is that the
Larry the Cable
Larry
Guy
the
and
Cable
Jenny
Guy?
McCarthy? Oh, thank freaking God.
Okay. 8 is the next one, and I'm not even kidding. It came up on the generator.
Let's see.
It's on Netflix.
This one is not available either.
Wow.
This is DVD only. The Covenant. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I just closed the freaking sheet. I gotta go on tab. Nope, that's not available either. Anytime we get to these higher numbers, unless
I
we
filled in the
backfill.
blanks, but
Yeah,
I
see,
did fill in the blanks.
I may have to start doing that because I've been deleting.
Yeah.
And just maybe it would just okay.
40.
40. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be available, and this is one of oh God. Well, this might not be too bad. Amazon Prime, Braven.
Oh yeah, that was that's actually it's an action thriller about a log. This is Jason Momoa.
Oh.
Yes.
I might actually be able to get the wife to watch this one.
Stars in this intense action thrill about a logger fighting for survival against drug traffickers who have stashed heroin in his hunting cabin. This was I was looking at this and reading that description. I'm like, that's Standing Tall. That's what this is. This is the new Standing Tall. So yeah. So okay, Braven's a good one.
Yep.
All right, and then the next one is 12.
12.
Other Netflix.
Like Father. This is a Netflix original, so it's available. Kristen Bell, Kelsey Grammer, Seth Rogen.
This is a drama. We haven't done a drama in a long time.
It's a dramedy.
Yep.
Okay.
After she's left at the altar, a workaholic advertising exec ends up at her Caribbean honeymoon cruise with her estranged father. So I mean, it's a real-ish movie, but it's streaming-only platform, and sometimes these things are horrible. So I think it still qualifies as something we need to definitely review. Just because,
Yep.
I mean, The Cobbler had real people in it, and look where it was. So,
I hate you.
So, yeah.
For that matter, all the movies we watched today had real people in it.
Yeah. I mean, all right, so those will be the two that we'll review for next show. That'll be great. I think we're going to have a great week. I think that's going to be a good experience. We got one that, other people are probably going to like to watch, if nothing else, because I think Jason Momoa is shirtless in part of it. And,
I will bring the bag of crap for real or some other random box.
just a random box full of stuff.
We actually didn't even talk about what we bought on Prime Day, did we?
No, we didn't. And I only bought
we got
one thing. We got a little bit of time, but I mean, did you buy a lot, Mike?
All right, so I did buy a new dot.
Okay.
All right, this is the latest gen dot down here, and I moved my second gen dot upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And this one came with an Amazon plug, which I did not install anywhere yet because, quite frankly, I don't know where I want to put it.
Yep.
Other than that, I bought a couple of flashlights. I bought mechanical pencils with 2mm lead.
Ooh.
So, because I'm tired of using carpenter's pencils when I'm doing stuff out, and I also bought scribing pencils with replaceable carbide tips. So, mark, and that was about it.
All right, so I bought two things. I bought a new webcam, which is making me look like I have a severe case of rosacea today because I haven't color coordinated it. And then because I wanted to give us a new whole room camera that actually looked good, but I may switch them. And then I bought the 5-inch Amazon Show. So it's the Alexa that's got the 5-inch screen on it. So it's a little bit larger screen than a cell phone. So it's probably like similar to like a Galaxy Note or like a 9 Plus or 10 Plus or whatever it is. That mainly because I wanted a clock on my desk. Okay. Yes, I've got one on my desktop that I could look at, but sometimes I've got applications full screen. I don't necessarily want to look down there. And then it just gives it to me at a glance. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the Fire TV from here, and it's going to go into the living room. And then I'm going to take the Roku from the living room and put it in my office. Because honestly, I've learned to like the Roku interface a little bit better. And my wife has gotten more familiar with the Fire interface. So this will unify the way she navigates the television for downstairs in the kitchen and give me the interface that I like in my office. Plus, it wasn't on Prime, but the other thing that I bought myself a new tabletop, which is part 1 of Studio Redo, which right now is tentatively scheduled for sometime in September.
Oh, boy.
So sometime in September, this whole room's getting gutted. All right? Everything's moving out.
Oh, boy.
And I'm redoing it from scratch. We're going to have a brand new wall behind us. We're going to have new tabletops. Actually, you're getting this tabletop. And all new wiring. Everything's getting gutted, and we're going to redo it again. And this time it's going to be the way that we want it. We're going to look perfect. We're going to look great. I'm actually spending a lot of money doing this, and so it's going to be, it's going to look good. And you're going to have your own desk. I'm going to have my own desk, and it's going to be great when it's done.
So, you guys.
So-
Sorry, I'm doing the happy dance because I have breaking news.
Okay.
A couple of shows ago, Shaggy damn near gave me a coronary when he told me that Adrian Pilecki and Scott Grimes get married. She filed for divorce. She said, "I don't want to go on Hulu, bitch. I don't want to go on Hulu, bitch. We divorced." Sorry.
So,
Colin, what'd you get?
what else?
Okay,
What'd you get?
I got a Sony CT800 soundbar.
Mhm.
From the Earth to the Moon Blu-ray.
Okay.
Saving Private Ryan Blu-ray. A Western Digital 6 terabyte USB hard drive.
Okay.
And I've got some stuff off Woot as well.
Mm.
That's where I got the bag of crap and some other stuff. So
Yeah, I just didn't see much that I had to have. I mean,
yeah,
it wasn't, it was your typical Prime Day. It wasn't anything
we
that
have
I had to have.
There's a Toshiba Fire TV that we just used just the sound off that, and this wasn't good enough. That's why I got the soundbar.
Yep. So,
And it was it was deeply on sale. So
before we kick off the outro and we give our normal exits, just again, just if our listeners would do a small favor for us, we've got some folks that listen to the show that are going through a tough time, and just generically keep them in your prayers, and send them good thoughts and feelings, and wish them that they get through everything okay, and that everything works out for the best. It's a very trying time, and I know that they could use this. Any support, any encouragement, any good feelings that you can send their way, I know they would appreciate it. I know we're going to probably reach out individually, separately, to get in touch with them and see if there's anything else that they need from us. And if we are allowed to share more details later on, then we will. But obviously we want to respect their privacy, and but still give them all the support that we can from this side of the microphone. So, with that said, folks, we want to thank everybody for listening to PTR Radio here on the fabulous entire web. Don't forget, check out our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages. You can check us out basically on every social media platform out there at PTR Radio. You can also check out our website, ptrradio.com. It's got all the information to sign up for the podcast feed, so the RSS feed. You can get signed up so that you're never missing a show. If you don't have an opportunity to get with us online and listen to us live, you can download it, listen to it later at your leisure. You can also get special stuff that we don't do live. So when there's a On the Road Again with Shaggy, or when there's an 8-Man Thoughts, or when there's Toilet Time with Colin, you can listen to all those thoughts, and have them when we don't post them online. So that's things that you need the podcast for. Also, don't forget to like, share, and get your friends to listen to the show. We need you guys to help grow the audience. So make sure that they know how to tune in and connect with us. We're doing a great job at gaining followers and getting the show spread out, but we need your help to keep that up. With that said, I have a public appearance this Saturday at the Springfield Aqua Club on the lake. It is a cancer benefit, actually, for one of the ladies at one of the local hospitals. So if you are out and about in Central Illinois and you want to come out and donate to a good cause, I will be there at 7 p.m. spinning tunes. It's free admission. Just give your donation at the door if you are so inclined. Other than that, following week I have a private event. Sorry, invitation only for that one. So, Colin, where can people see you?
here.
All right, people can see you online. Mike, anything coming up?
I don't think so.
All right,
Not yet, but I did get word that they're looking to schedule or reschedule the previous March event, Night of Shenanigans, my trivia night. They're looking to do that in September, I believe, if the stars align. So halfway
right.
to St. Patrick's Day.
All right, folks. So With that said, everybody be good to each other, and we will see you in 2 weeks. I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in this, folks. We are done. Later.